Yes, people, welcome to another watch along. Toronto Hoop Talk back with a Canada versus Germany watch along. It's a friendly matchup before the FIBA World Cup. Weird timing for me to start this because we're in the middle of the game. We're actually at the end of the second quarter, so halftime is coming up soon. Um, I couldn't start this on time because of a bunch of reasons. There's the weirdness of the time of this game. It's in the middle of the day. So you got to free up for something like this. And then there's the fact that watching this game is happening in a really strange way. For those of you guys who might not be familiar with how this particular game is working, there is no legal, I emphasize legal, way to watch this game other than a German streaming site that is not available in Canada. So you either had to find a VPN, you either had to do something that I can't and won't endorse on a platform like this to watch this game, but that's something that I had to figure out. VPNs aren't something I'm all the way familiar with, but I figured it out for the purpose of this game. Um, I tuned in, I'd say a few minutes ago. I can't say I've seen I can't say I've seen what's happened earlier in this game, but we are not faring well whatsoever. Canada is down 48-32. We've played a pretty strong team from what I've seen. The starting lineup had SGA, Dylan Brooks, RJ Barrett, Dwight Powell, and Kelly Olynyk. I know the German team has Dennis Schroeder, Daniel Tice. I'll pull up the rest of their team, but I remember I saw a player that was also on the Raptors last year. Didn't play much, played primarily in the 905. He had pink hair. That was interesting to see. But yeah, we are losing pretty badly. We're losing by 16. I think this is a product of what could happen when you're not actually a team, you're just a bunch of people thrown together. That's in terms of the players, that's in terms of the coaching staff. Canada basketball has had some upheaval, for lack of a better term, being that Nick Nurse had to leave because Philly didn't want him coaching there. Nick Nurse himself potentially wanted to leave as well. We had to get Jordi Fernandez in the head coaching spot kind of out of nowhere. We made that happen. I think he's probably had the job for about a month now. These last few practices that we've seen clips of online would have been the first practices. This team as a unit is probably one of their first times playing together. So we are just a collective of people playing basketball together, um, but not a team yet. We're forming that bond as a team and that cohesion that ultimately is what wins basketball games. A country like Germany probably has had the opportunity to cultivate that up to this point because they're not going to have a wide array of choices to choose from. They're going to have a set team, they're going to have a set coach. And yeah, they're beating us pretty badly. I'm not sure if this is their first friendly or not, but it's our first friendly, and we are not doing well. It's 50-32. We're down 18 with 7 seconds to go. Kelly Olynyk driving or passing it to Shea, who drove and got the basket. So it's a 16-point deficit going into halftime. So I'll be here with you guys for the second half. We'll talk through what's going on. I'll try to watch the game more and keep an eye on what's going on, really get into the reasons as to why this is happening. But yeah, we're down big. We've been down the whole game. It's not the kind of game where it was contested and then one team took over. Nope. Germany's been up pretty big for the whole game. So we'll see what happens. I'll pull up the squad. I'll pull up the team. Uh, we'll see who's been getting the minutes. Let's get into that. If you guys are watching, thank you for watching right now. If you're watching this on the replay, you're just as appreciated. Both you guys have the opportunity to help this channel grow, to help these watch longs get bigger by subscribing, by commenting, by liking the video. So make sure you guys are engaging with the content. It helps the content grow. Make sure you leave your comments in the chat so we can get some conversations going when the game isn't going on. And yeah, let's pull up the box score and see what's been going on. See what some of these Germany. I don't even know if they have box scores like this for friendlies. Flashscore.ca. Maybe they have something. Oh, they do. Cool. No, this is not a box score. This is just the live score. Yeah, these friendlies, it's going to be a mission to give coverage of these because the resources aren't on point. Like I said, watching the game itself is pretty complicated. Um, I'm sure for the audience, you guys watching the game also isn't the most simple thing. This is also a weird time. A lot of the games for the tournament will be at early hours of the day. I believe the next friendly is at 9:30 in the morning, and given where the tournament is being held, the actual World Cup, a lot of our games will be something like 7 or 8 in the morning. So that's not something I'm looking forward to, but I'm here. Uh, I'll want to watch it regardless. I'll sacrifice the sleep and catch up on it later. Uh, yeah, I'm still looking for the box score to see if I can get my hands on some stats, but that's proving to not be a simple thing to look for. Uh, yeah, all these websites that I'm pulling up really offer me nothing. Maybe Canada basketball? Perhaps? Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, if anyone watching this has access to a box score or something, okay, maybe this gives me a box score. No, it doesn't. So I think the best thing I can do is get an access to essentially like a betting company's website showing the score itself. But as for individual stats, I can't get my hands on something like that. So that's not good. Oh well, it is what it is. At least I'll be able to watch the second half and keep an eye on these things for myself. But from the small clips that I saw, Germany just looks like a more sound team than us. Like I explained earlier, they're a team that's actually spent time with each other. They've spent time with the coach. They've done this kind of a thing before. They do have some NBA talent. They have Schroeder and Daniel Tice. And the thing with international basketball, with the international rules, is that it's a much different game than the NBA. So really, if you have role players that do their role well and their roles match with each other, you can get a pretty good output for the team itself. You don't need the best talent in the world to be a good team in the FIBA game. So I'm not really even too familiar on if Germany actually functions well as a team or not. But I do know it's definitely possible that they can be a team that's actually good, despite the fact that you look at the roster and you might not recognize a lot of the names there. Yeah, the coverage of the game, they got a halftime show going on. What is this Raptor's name? I keep forgetting. I think he was drafted by the Lakers. Oh, Isaac Bonga. That's who it is. So Isaac Bonga is playing for Germany with pink hair. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, throwback to a name I thought I'd never see again. Schroeder's also on the other team. So oddly enough, we're going up against a current Raptor and an ex Raptor when we go up against Germany. I'll pull up their squad to see actually if there's anybody I'm missing. Basketball team. Let's see, who are these guys? Uh, so they have Franz Wagner. And then, yeah, I think the rest of the team are European players. I'll double check if this is a current roster or not. But yeah, they are doing a lot better than us in this game. Wow, this is a big list. Never mind. This is not who's playing right now. Let me see if I can get a starting five. I should be able to at least get a starting five. Okay, so this is convenient. They actually have the teams here. Okay, so they have the Wagners, both Wagners, Daniel Tice and Dennis Schroeder. Those are the NBA players on Team Germany. Everybody else on this team plays in Europe somewhere. And then on Toronto's side, trying to think. Okay, so this is not a live updated lineup because it's showing that Zach Edey is in the starting lineup, and that's not the case. Because I saw the beginning of the game, Dwight Powell and Olenek were starting as the bigs. So if Zach Edey is here, maybe he was playing towards the end of the second half, but I don't remember seeing him either. So that's kind of weird. Um, but yeah, whatever. Again, the resources for a game like this are not particularly good. It's hard to get your hand on stats. It's hard to watch the game itself. I imagine it's a pretty hard thing for you guys to follow along with as well. I think that's why a watch along like this could be a pretty cool thing because if we're all going to struggle through this, we may as well struggle together. We may as well have each other to bounce things off of as we process what's going on because processing it itself doesn't seem like it's the most fun thing to do. Obviously, modern basketball, you're so used to having a live box score at your fingertips as the game's going on to keep track of things. You can check in live with things like 3 point percentage, things like turnovers, things like rebounds. These are all things that you want to get a feel for when you're watching a basketball game. Again, I've maybe only seen like 4 or 5 minutes of the first half. I'm primarily going to be tapping in with you guys for the second half of this game. Like I said, it was a bit of an awkward start time and it's a pretty awkward way of watching the game. So I wasn't able to tap in with you guys since the beginning. But that being said, we got smacked around. We got smacked around in the first half. So maybe that wasn't the worst thing to miss that. And then there's the other angle of we get to watch Dennis Schroeder. So we get to see some Raptors stuff that's cool. We get to see some Team Canada stuff that's cool. So yeah, looking forward to the second half. We're going comeback going, no fake comebacks. Too familiar with that with the Raptors. Real comebacks only. And we'll see what happens in the second half. The players are warming up. They're showing the Canadian players and the German players getting their jumpers up before the second half starts. So this should be starting up in the next 5 minutes or so. Obviously, the European game, 10-minute quarters. So this game will go by quicker than you're probably used to. But with that being said, um, yeah, hopefully the second half, despite being short, isn't painful. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'd also like to keep the lineups in mind because I remember seeing that it was SGA, Dylan Brooks, and RJ Barrett that started, and then Lou Dort and Nikhil Alexander Walker were the first subs to be put on the court. So I think I missed who that third player is off the bench that's on the perimeter. I figure that none of them are bigs at all. I figure none of those players are playing as bigs. I'd like to see who the bigs are that come off the bench. These are things that I'll be keeping track of. And yeah, I'm just gonna plug my charger in. So give me a sec, people. But yeah, They're showing the coverage, the halftime coverage. There's three guys standing around beside the court talking. Pretty cool setup. It lets you watch the warm up of the two teams in the background, which I like because it's a better thing to kind of aimlessly have your eyes wander towards than just like the guys speaking, because that's not really that serious of a thing. I'd rather watch the warm up jumpers in the background if I have to do something with my eyes. Um, so it's cool. Also, kind of gives you a feel for when things are wrapping up. They got the German coach, who I found out as I was looking for a box score, is actually Finnish. So that's interesting. We got a Finnish coach for the German team. We got a Spanish coach for the Canadian team. Um, yeah, I guess he's done a pretty good job because Germany is pretty well ahead so far in this game. Not sure where this game has been being played, but I know the crowd looked pretty good in the first half. So good for Germany for being able to give this to their fans. I think all of our friendlies for the pre-FIBA World Cup tournament are in Europe. I think it would have been cool to get a friendly in Toronto or in Canada. I would have liked to go to one. I know if they put a friendly out here, it would be really well received. I don't know if you guys remember, but when Canada's soccer team had its World Cup qualifiers, they had games all over Canada. And I think all of them were really well received. The fans really showed out for all of them. I think the fans would have showed out for this Canadian team in particular because this is something we've been waiting for a long time. Once the basketball community got a hold of just how good Jamal Murray is and just how good Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is, Canadian basketball fans everywhere have been waiting for that moment when we get to see them on the court at the same time. So that hasn't quite happened yet, but we are seeing a pretty complete team aside from Jamal Murray, who there is some speculation about as to whether he's going to actually play or not. But the fact that he's showing up for the practices, I think, is an indication that at the very minimum, he's open minded. And we'll see what happens. But I think part of it is probably his body and where it's at, having just come off of obviously a deep playoff run. I don't know if there's any contract stuff going on with Denver, but hey, Denver, if paying that guy is what would get him to play for Canada, run him his bag right now. That's what we need. We need to see Jamal Murray and SGA play as Team Canada's backcourt. If you have Jamal Murray and SGA, you have 40 minutes of, I think, great first option initiator creation, however you want to articulate it. You're going to get that for 40 minutes straight between the two of them. The two of them should keep the other ones, the both of them, pretty fresh. And I think, again, from an international standpoint, where in this game, it's about being a good team as opposed to just having the most individual talent, that is the biggest domino in terms of having a good team, is having a good number one option. So the other things just have to fall into place, and we could have a pretty good team. The second half is starting up. They are handing Dylan Brooks the ball, or he's just talking to a referee who's kind of like holding it as if he's going to give it to him. But yeah, you got Dylan Brooks laughing with the referee. We are about to get the second half started up. It looks like Franz Wagner is inbounding. So he has Franz on the back of his jersey, which I think is cool. Like, I follow European football as well, so just that's a thing to get first names on the back of the jersey. You can pick whatever you want. And I think it's a cool switch up. So Germany starts the second half breaking a three. Raptors go down the other end. RJ from the corner for three makes it. Quick start to the second half. We are up, not up. We've cut the lead to 13 already. Dennis Schroeder has the ball. He's picked up by RJ pretty high. Ball gets back to Dennis, goes around the pick and roll for one of the Wagners, I think, gets stripped by RJ. Dylan Brooks the other way. Oh my God. Pull up three by Dylan Brooks, but he hit it. So that's two quick threes. The lead is cut to 10 in the first minute of the second half. Dylan Brooks took one of those shots where if he makes it, you're cool. But if he doesn't, you're going to be mad at him for like a good 5 minutes. But he made it. So we're good. Dennis Schroeder bringing the ball up again. Picked up basically at the halfway line by RJ. Oh, another turnover by Germany. They've started off pretty sloppily in the second half. It looks like Canada's come out of the locker room from halftime with some energy. RJ tried to bully his way to the basket, just missed it. Was a decent look. Was a good. He was close enough to the rim where you expect him to make it, but he didn't. Got back to the other end and got another turnover, or he forced another turnover from Germany. SGA getting into the lane, and he got the foul call. If this was NBA, he would have got the continuation and won, but that will not happen in the FIBA game. So I think that that'll just be a standard inbounds or inbound pass. Yeah, so we get the ball. 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Kelly Olynyk gets the ball out of the inbounds play, takes it baseline, little hesitation move, and gets to the basket. Kelly Olynyk, somebody that I don't think people are going to rave about from a talent standpoint, but I think in terms of the FIBA game, he fits the game pretty well. It's an 8-point game, people. 8-0 run to start out the third quarter. The team is having a really good start. It's not just the fact that they're making shots, but they're also forcing turnovers. You can see the Germany coaches shook because of the early timeout. That's always what you want to see from the other team in basketball. So, yeah, that was cool. That was nice. It's an 8-point game. I said at halftime, I want the comeback. I don't want a fake comeback. So have it be an 8-point game. It's a game already. So hopefully we can see more of this. The stream here, I guess they don't do commercials. They're showing the German timeout. The coach is drawing plays up pretty intensely, talking to his team. I'd love for them to show the Canadian bench to see what's going on there, but of course this is a German stream, so it is what it is. You know what you're gonna get. The game is starting back up. Germany inbounded the ball to Dennis Schroeder, again picked up at half court by RJ Barrett. Swings it to Franz Wagner. Pick and roll, pull up from three. Well, not pick and roll, but went around the screen twice, pulled up from three, missed. RJ with the ball going the other way. Kelly Olynyk above the break. RJ with the ball again. Looks like a little ISO. Takes his guy to the basket and gets the shot. 6-point game now, people. 10-0 run out of the halftime break. This is what you like to see, people. This is amazing fight from the Canadian team out of halftime, down 16. 10-0 run in the first 2.5 minutes, less than 2.5 minutes to cut it to a 6-point game. Franz Wagner misses a three. It's the defensive end where a lot of this has really happened for the Raptors. Wow, I'm so used to talking about the Raptors. RJ Barrett, corner three to make it a 3-point game, people. As I was saying, on the defensive end, they're forcing turnovers. They're forcing bad looks. Germany isn't necessarily just like failing offensively. They're being forced into mistakes. But yeah, it's a 3-point game. Dennis Schroeder takes the ball to the rim. I think that's either a goaltend or a foul. Although I don't think it would be a goaltend. I'm not sure exactly what goal. Oh, it was ruled a goaltend and one. So it's a 5-point game with a chance for it to be a 6-point game. I think some subs are happening. So Mo Wagner is subbing into the game for Germany, along with somebody I'm not familiar with. Yeah, Daniel Tice is coming out of the game for Germany. Can't see if Canada made any subs. No, they didn't. Same starting five out there for Canada. Dennis Schroeder made the free throw, so it's a 6-point game. SGA coming up the court with the ball. Finds Olynyk coming off a double screen, pulls up from three, misses it. Germany corner three, they miss it. Really heavily contested rebound that was, but somehow Dylan Brooks gets it. They go the other way. They have a 3-on-2 fast break, but Olynyk throws it right into the hands of a German player. They go the other way. Dennis Schroeder gets a good look at the rim, makes the layup, so it's an 8-point game now. That was rough. That was a really rough 10 seconds, because frankly that really should have just been a layup for the Raptors. I keep saying that. That should have been a layup for Canada. That should have been a 4-point game, but it's not. It's no longer that. It's an 8-point game, 4-point swing. That bad mistake was, but the Raptors get the ball, chance to make it up. RJ inbounds to Dwight Powell. On the other side of the court, SGA goes around a Dylan Brooks screen. Step back three, misses it. So far in this half, I think SGA, he hasn't been necessarily the creator of a lot of our best moments. Oddly enough, I feel like RJ's had a pretty good start to the third. I think I like his profile a lot for the international game, because obviously this game is less tough from Olynyk. This game is less dependent on making deeper threes. The 3-point line itself is a little bit shorter, but just generally this game is a little bit more about rim pressure, which I think is a kind of game that suits his ability better. So I like what I've seen from him so far. Olynyk just dove to get a steal and almost got it, but he just landed out of bounds with the ball. So that sucks. But no, it's Isaac Bonga. That's his name. Isaac Bonga is checked into the game. Isaac Bonga has pink hair going on. For those who aren't familiar, he's got his Rodman look going on. This is not what he looked like when he was on the Raptors. It makes him very hard to miss. So, two ex-Raptor and a current Raptor on the court right now for Germany against Canada, the team that practices on the Raptors court. Ooh, another sloppy moment. SGA gets a steal, runs the other way, has Barrett ahead of him in transition, and he just puts the pass a little bit ahead of him, and it went out of bounds. It's a turnover. So that's another sloppy moment that could have led to a basket. You see Canada's doing some pretty good things here in the third quarter, but there's some moments of sloppiness that are stopping the third quarter from being as good as it could possibly be. Germany makes a three. Somebody left their man. I think it was Olynyk left their man completely, so it's an 11-point game. It was at some point a 3-point game. So Germany, I think, is on an 8-0 run. I think. Either a foul on Germany or the ball went off of them, because Canada is inbounding right now. Shout out to everybody watching the stream right now. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you get your comments in the chat. These kind of engagements all help the channel grow. They all help the watch-alongs go farther and for more people to engage with the content. The bigger this channel gets, the more I can do this. So if you're enjoying this right now and you want more of it, the way to make that happen is likes, comments, and subscriptions. Schroeder just hit a pull-up three in somebody's face. And then Olynyk took an offensive foul, setting a screen in the backcourt, trying to get past Isaac Bonga's full court press of SGA. So right after a three to make it a 14-point game again, the Raptors turned the ball over. So Germany responded to Canada's 13-0 run with an 11-0 run, and it's back to a 14-point game again. So that's not good. That's not fun to see at all. That was a really awesome 2 minutes coming out of halftime, and it's been a pretty shitty 3 minutes since then. So roughly 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We're halfway through the third. SGA finds his spot on the left wing, misses the shot. The rebound finds its way to the Raptors again. SGA driving. He's stripped, but the ball goes out of bounds. So the Raptors keep saying that. So Canada keeps the ball. So far, the second half has been it's been about runs. So you want to see Canada get on another run. Dwight Powell going to the basket, gets a look to fall. Now Dennis Schroeder being picked up full court by RJ Barrett. I like RJ Barrett's role defensively. If he's the guy who's going to be picking up point guards, his size is going to be pretty effective and it's going to help us in those moments. So that's good. Um, I also appreciate that Dylan Brooks isn't being like Memphis Grizzlies Dylan Brooks. And what I mean when I say that is like he's not just irresponsibly chucking. He's doing his thing defensively. He's getting his looks as they come to him, which in this half has only been one, which is fine, right? You don't need Dylan Brooks to be taking that many shots. So he's fit into his role well. I think RJ's fit into his role well. Olynyk has fit into his role well. Dwight Powell is steady. SGA is SGA. He hasn't really been the SGA you think he could be in this third quarter, but that's fine. Like these guys aren't going to always be everything. Obviously, I'd like to see what Jamal Murray looks like on this team and how things would change. We haven't seen a sub yet in the second half. A corner three from Germany again, so it's a 15-point game now. The rap again, it's going to take a while to get out of that habit, but Canada went on a little run. Raps VE says, "Where can I watch it? I'm struggling to find a link." My bro, you can only watch this legally on a German streaming service that I can look up for you if you really want it, but it can't even be accessed in Canada. You have to get a VPN, which allows you to scramble your IP address to make it look like you're viewing from Germany. Then you'd have to pay for the streaming service. That is the legal way to watch this game. There are other ways to watch the game, but I'm not going to endorse illegal stuff on this platform. That is not what you should do, is my stance. But yeah, if you want to go about the way of finding the game legally, I can find the streaming service name for you. If not, you can just follow along with this stream right now because I'll be talking through what's happening in the game, and it's the next best thing I could do for you. So yeah, let me know. Let me know what you're thinking, Raps VE. Dennis Schroeder with the ball, now being guarded by SGA. SGA, active hands, gets the turnover, but then the German guy fights for it back, and then SGA fights for it back. So it's a pretty scrappy few seconds there. Raptors end up with the ball in transition. Alley-oop to RJ Barrett. It's now a 13-point game. Hey, you said it, not me. You said it, not me, Raps VE. 13-point game. Dennis Schroeder being picked up at half court by SGA now. So there's been an adjustment. RJ Barrett is guarding Isaac Bonga, which I doubt the point is to get him on Isaac Bonga, but maybe they want him off the ball as a help defender, helping off of Bonga. I'll keep an eye on that. Sloppy possession there. Olynyk goes up for a shot. I think he thought he was fouled, but then when it wasn't called, he went to passed it into a German player's hands. Germany goes the other way and they missed the shot. I'm not sure if this is a foul or just a turnover because Bonga did step out of bounds at some point. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is on the court. I got to see who he subbed on for. I think they took Dylan Brooks off the court and put Nickeil Alexander-Walker in. And number 3 is on the court too. I got to find who that is. Canada basketball roster. Whomst is number 3. Lou Dort is on the court now as well. So they've made a bunch of subs. Number 11. Trying to find out the squad to see who's here or who's on the court right now. "13-point game. I think Lou Dort is going to the free throw line. He drove pretty aggressively, got the foul called. Yep, Lou Dort at the free throw line. I'll tell you what though, watching Germany, it definitely I'm looking at Dennis Schroeder, and he's playing pretty well. He responded well to that run that Canada made. Uh, I like what he's doing. It's not like he's doing this like out of this world, just like wow kind of moments, but he's just playing steady, just making the right decisions, doing the right things, steadying the team when the other team has all the momentum. And it's good to see. It's good to see. I obviously, like as a fan of basketball, I've seen Dennis Schroeder before, but I've never like carefully watched his game up till now. Usually, when he's playing, there's other guys in the court. I'd rather watch more carefully. So yeah. Raps VE says found one. Best of luck on your growing channel, bro. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. That definitely means a lot. He has an edge. He does. He does. Shout out Kenyon. Anybody who's watching, Kenyon has a channel called Basketball Rewind. He appears on this channel sometimes, but he also has his own stuff. So make sure you go check it out. Basketball Rewind, great content. They have a preview for the FIBA tournament, which you guys should definitely go check out if you haven't already. But yeah, I missed what just happened, but it's a 9-point game. I think somebody got an and one. Lou Dort picking up the point guard at the halfway line, hounding whoever number 4 on Germany is. That guy may have never seen a defender like Lou Dort before. There's a chance. I never found out. I never found that roster. So I don't know who number 3 on Canada is, but Daniel Tice just made a shot at the rim. So it's an 11-point game. Not staying for long. Did you see Barnes' pro-am? I haven't. I saw one clip maybe. I saw like a couple dunks. Kenyon, what are you saying? What happened? Canada with another 3. Again, I missed it because balancing the stream in the game are not the easiest thing, but it shows that Canada is 7 for 22 from 3. Honestly, that's better than the Raptors. Not gonna lie, watching the Raptors for as long as I did, 7 for 22, I will take it. That is not something you're gonna hear me complaining about. Lou Dort going the other way. Canada forced a miss. Pull up 3 from somebody. I missed. I'll find this roster at the end of the third. 8 seconds to go, people. 8 seconds to go. Nickeil Alexander-Walker got blown by, forced Lou Dort to take a foul at the free throw line to stop an open layup. That blow by at the point of attack. It was Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He got cooked by the guy who was getting clamped by Lou Dort. It is what it is. I'll say, it was bad? Nah. Damn. All right, yeah, send me the clips. Let me know what happened. Damn. That's not what you want to hear from a pro-am. Like, it's a pro-am. You're supposed to go there and cook. Come to think of it now, I saw somebody on Reddit like talking about how bad it was, but I just scrolled past it because like I don't know who the person is talking. I don't know if they know these things that well. I just saw that a negative thing and I scrolled past it. But I trust what you're saying, Kenyon. He couldn't dribble, kept getting stripped in a pro-am, taking it up the court, struggle, post jump, getting pushed around. Wow. That's bad. Getting pushed around is crazy. Like, he should not be getting pushed around. That should not be happening. No one put that stuff online. They only put his highlights. I watched the whole game. Look at Kenyon. Look at Kenyon doing all the scouting that the Raptors community needs. He should not be getting pushed around with it. Pro-ams in a pro-am game. Like, the AM stands for amateurs people. That's not the setting where you should be getting pushed around, especially with your physicality. That should not be happening. So that's whack. The dude who was 6'4" that was guarding him in the high post too did have a good post up fade away. Hey, okay. All right. I mean, fade away looked okay. That's something. But if he's getting pushed around at that is not at that game. That is not good at all. But yeah, I do have to find that roster because I should know who's who in this game. Because they put 13 guys. They like activated 13 guys for this game. So there is a specific roster floating around somewhere that I saw earlier, but I didn't save, which it probably wasn't the smartest thing. Okay, got it. So number 3 is Melvin Edgem. Number 11 is Kyle Alexander. So those are the guys that I saw on the court that I didn't know who they were. All right, I'm better informed now. I know what's going on. Footwork was clunky still. He looked better 1v1 against Bagley, to be honest. He has Bagley too, though. Like, whatever. Canada starts the fourth quarter by getting stripped and having Germany get off in transition. A German player got fouled at the basket, so he'll get 2 free throws and an opportunity to make it a 10-point game. He didn't look good against. Oh, he didn't. Damn. Okay. Damn. See, this is not the feedback we needed, especially for the crowd that wants Scotty Barnes as the point guard. Because, like, I think Scotty Barnes' ability to be good as a part of the team, as opposed to being the focal point of the team, is kind of better demonstrated. But the whole idea of Scotty Barnes is that at some point he should be the guy who's the focal point. So, for that crowd, not off to a good start. But hey, man, let's trade Pascal. Yeah, man, let's trade him for DeAndre Hunter and just have nothing but complementary players to a focal point that we don't have. 10-point game, people. Canada. Again, I keep doing that. I keep saying the Raptors, but I'm talking about Canada right now. They're just another red team. But yeah, Canada wasted another possession. Germany with the ball again in the half court, up 10. Kyle Alexander blocking a shot on the perimeter. Oh, what did they call there? What did they call there? I think they called a foul on Daniel Tice, but I think Canada was going to be on the fast break. So that's not good. So yeah, Daniel Tice got his shot blocked on the perimeter by Kyle Alexander. Kyle Alexander was on his Chris Boucher shit. It's okay. We're playing ISO like the Raps. This is real. This is real. Things kind of fell apart when the ISO started getting crazy. Honestly, I think RJ was the only guy who looked decent in the ISO, but I think it's because like he has much smaller guys guarding him. His frame is huge for a perimeter player in the Euro game. Somebody went to the basket and missed. Melvin Edgem with a steal in transition. 25. Trey Bell Haynes. See, I'm learning on the fly, people. Trey Bell Haynes going up the court. Goes around a Kyle Alexander screen. Kicks it to the perimeter to, I think that's Edgem, who hits a 3. It's not Edgem. Might be somebody else. No, it's Nikhil Alexander Walker with a 3 to make it a 7-point game. 8:33 to go, people. Isaac Bonga dribbling up the court with pink hair. Oh my God. Collapses the whole defense. Had like 4 guys around him. Kicks for the open 3 for Germany. Somebody missed, but then somebody got a crazy putback. That was actually kind of nasty. Lou Dort sidestep, almost turned it over, passing it to Edgem. Lou Dort gets the ball back, goes baseline, gets the dunk. Oh, this is real. No, like this, I brought the Rodman thing up earlier in the stream. Sochan is a good thing as well. Like that's a good comp to bring up as well. It's a wild look. Like, not to say like he should change it or anything. That's not the kind of person I am. It's just so I just remembered Isaac Bonga like being the most like regular guy in appearance and aura and everything, and now all of a sudden, bang, pink hair out of nowhere that I'm just having to get used to. Do I remember the French soccer player Cisse? No, I think that might have been before my time. I started following soccer like 2014. So that might be before my time. But see, like I think I've heard of that player and I know soccer players are on that. But yeah, Dennis Rodman, Sochan, I'm definitely familiar with and I definitely see it. Shout out to everybody watching the stream right now. If you're watching this and you enjoy the content, make sure you engage with it. Comments, likes, subscriptions, all those things help YouTube's algorithm figure out that this is dope content that needs to be pushed out to the wider YouTube audience. So if you like what's going on here, you want more of it, you can help support the channel. You can help make the channel bigger by engaging with the content in the form of likes, subscriptions, and comments. So you want more of the content, I can give it to you more often. The bigger the channel gets, that is very much in your control. So if you like what's going on, make it happen. It's a 4-point game. As I was giving the lecture about engagement, I missed Canada hit a 3. They're now 9 for 24, which is just under 40%. But again, I will not complain because I'm used to the Raptors. So I will take 9 threes. 9 threes in what? 24 minutes? No, I'm tripping. 34 minutes. Yeah, I'm with that. Some more threes than I'm used to. 4-point game, people. 6 minutes to go. 6:45 actually. Somebody else just checked on the court. I think it's one of the scrubs. Ooh, Lou Dort gets called on a travel as he beats somebody on the perimeter. Would have had an open layup. Wasn't watching close enough to see whether that was actually a travel, but that's what they called. Germany with the ball in the half court. Somebody gets a pull up around the free throw line, makes the shot. That's somebody was Daniel Tice. Makes it a 6-point game with 6 minutes to go. Scrub goes around the screen. Lou Dort with the pull up 3 to make it a 3-point game. Lou Dort out here shooting threes with confidence. Lou Dort out here hunting for his looks. That's 10 threes now. 10 threes in 36 minutes. Again, as a Raptors fan, I am thrilled. These are fireworks for me. Oh, man. Sidestep 3 from a German player. 6-point lead is restored. That was cold. Scrub gives the ball up to the other scrub. Kyle Alexander with the ball. Dribble handoff with Lou Dort. Shoots the 3 off the screen. Almost made it, but more importantly, he got fouled in the process. So that's 3 free throws for Lou Dort. Guys, Lou Dort is out here playing like Steph Curry. Not really, but for these last 2 possessions, he's hunting his shot like Steph Curry. I'm not lying to you. For 2 possessions now, Lou Dort says, look, I am him. And he may leave those 2 possessions with 6 points. So you can't blame him either. He is successful in his aggressive shot hunting so far. First free throw. Big free throw. Brick. All right, never mind. It's over. The vibes are gone. Oh, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I'm there. Whenever you need me, I'm there. You've been here a lot. Incredible support. So whenever you want me there, I'll be there. And like I said, for the people that maybe weren't here when Kenyon first hopped in the chat, he has his own channel, Basketball Rewind. Awesome content over there. Make sure you guys go check it out. So Lou Dort, I think, only made one of those free throws. Yes, he missed the first 2 and made the last one. So his aggressive shot hunting dreams should be over, because he just showed us that he's not the good shooter that he was for like 1 possession. Ooh, off the ball foul by Lou Dort. Come on, Lou Dort. I think there's about 5 minutes to go in the game, so I think the starters should be entering the game now. We have a whole lineup full of bench players at this point. You got Lou Dort, the Scrubs, Edgem, and Kyle Alexander. Yeah, there's 5 minutes to go. It should be starter time soon. Oh my God. No, they called a foul there? Yes, they didn't. Good. So, Germany off a screen, alley-oop, Schroeder to Daniel Tice. It was a pick and roll alley-oop. But honestly, like, Kyle Alexander had really good positioning. I thought they may have called the foul when Daniel Tice couldn't come down with the alley-oop. And he thought he should have got a foul, but they didn't, which I think was right. Scrub. Oh my God. Please make this. No. So he got the ball in the corner, didn't shoot it immediately, waited about a second until the defender got closer to him, and then tried to shoot it in his face. Obviously missed. Lucky that Germany did nothing with their possession. We're going the other way. Lou Dort pump faking at the 3-point line. He probably would have let that go if he made his free throws, because that's a shot that he was hunting. Okay, Lou Dort aggressively attacking the closeout, gets to the basket, gets the shot to fall. 3-point game, people. 3-point game, 4:19 to go. The starters are still not in the game. I don't know if this is one of those moments where Jordy is like, hey, look, the bench did a good job getting this game back. Why not let him finish the job? But that being said, just put SGA on the court. Like, you want to keep the rest of the guys out there? Just take one of the scrubs off and put SGA on the court. Oh my goodness. Deep pull up three from Franz Wagner. And when I tell you he missed that three by a good 2 feet. A good 2 feet. That was like, and that would have been a deep three by the NBA line. And this is a shorter 3-point line. That was aggressively deep, and he missed it. That wasn't close at all. Timeout by Canada. 3:54 to go. For real. He kicked his leg. I don't know if they do the offensive fouls like that for the leg kickouts, but yeah, it's like he kicked that leg out to try to get that call. Obviously there was like, it's not like there was no contact. Like, the Canada guy did touch him, but it wasn't a foul. He was out there just. That's that NBA ball right there. That's the Orlando Magic coaching in his head right now. This is not what we do in these FIBA games, these Euro games, friends. But yeah, Canada timeout. Obviously, the German coverage is showing the German timeout. Everybody's huddled around the coach. He is drawing something up. Every time they pan to him, he's drawing stuff on the board. I mean, like, they do play some pretty well structured basketball. It does always seem like they're running plays. But yeah, every now and then Franz Wagner just goes off script, I guess, because I doubt he drew up that deep look from three or that foul baiting. Game is starting up. The German players are getting back on the court. Daniel Tice looks like he's on the bench. Okay, hold up. Canada still has the bench players out there? Huh. Yeah, it looks like Jordy's running with the bench guys, the guys who brought this game back. This is some vintage Raptors shit right here. Like, Kyle Lowry in the bench gets the game back, like gets the 20-point game back to a 5-point game. Let them finish the job. I hope these guys finish the job. This inbounds play out of the timeout isn't a good start. Nickeil Alexander-Walker got the ball in the corner, double teamed, had to just throw it off a German player to even like just not turn the ball over. This time we got the ball in. Alexander Walker almost turns it over. Now is double teamed again, trapped in a corner. Just somehow the pass that was intended for somebody else ended up in Lou Dort's hands, and he got an open layup. What a chaotic possession. Please get the starters in. That was painful to watch. 1-point game, people. 3:29 to go. Dennis Schroeder with the ball. Lou Dort guarding him. He got the ball out of his hands. The ball found his hands again, and then he got it off. Schroeder might be scared of Lou Dort. Oh, my goodness. That's more foul baiting from Germany. Another really bad look from three with the hope of getting the foul call. They don't get it. Nickeil Alexander-Walker going the other way. Pump fake from the 3-point line. Scrub from three. Scrub misses it. It's the second look he had. Come on, Scrub. You got to defeat the Scrub allegations. You can't be playing like this. Big moments right now. We need these threes. Wagner, ISO. Oh, what are they calling? It looks like Nickeil Alexander-Walker stripped him as he was driving, and then the ball went off his leg out of bounds. I don't think they're calling the foul, but I think they're just giving Germany the ball. or they are calling the foul. I don't know. I don't have the commentary. Yeah, it looks like they didn't call the foul. But what? They awarded, so they gave them the ball, and then whoever was guarding Franz Wagner just completely let him go. He just walked to the basket and got the open dunk out of the inbounds play. So it's a 3-point game again. Germany is 61% on 2-point shots. Jeez. Nikhil Alexander Walker trying to back somebody down. Lou Dort from three. Almost banked it in, but I don't know if he tried to bank it in. So that was probably goes down as a bad miss. Got caught up on the screen. That's how he was so open. Got it. Got it, people. Nikhil Alexander Walker got caught up in the screen. Schroeder. Oh, what a play by Schroeder. What a play. Gets into the lane, draws the second defender, finds Franz Wagner, extends the lead to 5. Obviously, it's still a game, but the way these offensive possessions have gone from Canada, it doesn't look good. Just as I say that, Nikhil Alexander Walker, pull up 3, made that look easy after a bunch of possessions that seemed really difficult. So that's funny to see. 11 for 29 from 3 people, 37%. We have no backside communication. FIBA Nikhil Alexander Walker, people. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. We have a couple really good cousins, and one of them is on the court right now, and it's not the one that you would think. 2-point game, Canada down 2, 1:15 to go. Lou Dort with the ball, gets it to Nikhil Alexander Walker. Lou Dort gets the ball back in the corner. Gives it back to Nikhil Alexander Walker. I don't think there's a plan. Alexander Walker gets the tough shot to go. My goodness, that was a prayer. It just looked like he just had to get it up. He had to get it up. Nothing was being generated. Like Kenyon said, people, FIBA Nikhil Alexander Walker is in the building. He's out here playing like SGA right now. Like, it is what it is. What did I tell you? Again, this is the scouting that we get here, people. Kenyon knows. The guy watched the Pro-Am. He knows ball. So timeout, tie game. Like, of course, at this point, it's too late to put the starters in. At this, I don't know. I guess just give it to Nikhil Alexander Walker, ISO, maybe kick to a shooter. But then again, one of the shooters is scrub, who I know should be able to shoot, but he hasn't made his shots recently. They have a ball in the back from Space Jam. That's real. That's real. They got the juice. They got the powers. This is real. All right, the game is starting up again. German players taking the court. The German coach looks stressed. He's just like scratching his head, and like his head is hanging and whatnot. He looks stressed. All right. Germany's going to inbound it to Dennis Schroeder. Lou Dort is waiting for him. No, Nikhil Alexander Walker is waiting for him at the halfway line, picking him up half court. Schroeder goes around the screen, kicks it to somebody who shoots a 3, and he makes it. Whew. Damn. This is a home game for Germany. Yeah, for real. But aside from, like, it's a home game all around. There's barely Canadian fans that can watch it online. Somebody earlier in the chat, that was Franz Wagner. That's who. See, quality of my viewership, I can't see the numbers that well. That was Franz Wagner. So hit a big 3 for Germany right there. Yeah, we're gonna need a 3 with the guys we have on the court. It's gonna have to be drawn up for Scrub or Nikhil Alexander Walker or Lou Dort, because like screw it. But like it's definitely not gonna be Kyle Alexander, I don't think. So yes, people. biggest crowd of people watching this stream right now. At any point while you're here, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the stream. These are forms of engagement that help the channel grow, helps YouTube figure that this video should be pushed to the wider audience on YouTube. So if you like what's going on, people, make sure you support the content. It helps the content grow. We can execute 2 quick 2s and go 2 for 1 possession if we execute. Indeed, we'll see if we execute. Again, we're running the second lineup out there, it seems. And as is, this whole team, I don't think has a whole lot of cohesion, especially like the team itself together and then with the coach, given that the coach is new. But that being said, maybe the second lineup has more cohesion because like they've been in and around the Canada team for longer than some of our main guys. Like the scrubs have been around for a while. I think Nikhil Alexander-Walker has got a lot of minutes in with Team Canada. Who's the last guy on the court that I'm not thinking of? So you got Dort, Kyle. No, that's Dort, Kyle Alexander, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and the 2 scrubs. It's funny how slanderous the 2 scrubs sounds, but that's just literally how I like the only way to describe them. There's really no other way. Lou Dort with the ball, goes baseline, runs into a brick wall, picks up his dribble. He is in trouble. This possession is chaos. Nikhil Alexander from 40 feet to say, oh, that went in and out. My goodness, that went in and out. Germany gets the ball, though. We need to stop. 8 seconds different. 8-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. If we can get a stop, but I think a scrub fouled Schroeder there. I don't know if it was a foul to give type of a situation. So Germany inbounds the ball. If we want to survive, we have to get the stop here. We can't afford anything else. We need to stop it in 3. Down 3, 26 seconds to go. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. What? Was that an intentional foul? Lou Dort gets called for a foul. I don't know what the attempt was here. It almost looked like he fouled him on purpose. Or I think what he assumed that Schroeder, well, it's still not free throws, but I think he assumed that Schroeder, once he got the ball from his teammate, was going to keep running. Schroeder got the ball and just stopped, and Dort ran right into him. Okay, Wagner with the ball, guarded by Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Handoff to Dennis Schroeder. Kyle Alexander defending at the rim, got the block, but Schroeder got the rebound and just put it in. Oh, what a play by Kyle Alexander. What a play. Like, it was a great block at the rim. Ball just lands right in Schroeder's hand, and he gets the basket for the win. Hey, Kenyon, take it easy, bro. Always appreciate having you here as always. So yeah, the game's basically, it's over. We're not doing much from this point onwards in the way of like talking about what's happening in the game, unless something crazy happens. But we're just going to quickly get into the recap of what I saw. For those of you who weren't here earlier, I didn't do a stream for the whole game. I will be doing streams for the whole games going forward. I had trouble figuring things out for this game. Obviously, it's a midday game, so it's a weird timing, but full game streams from this point onwards, people. I watched the second half live on stream for this game. What I saw in the second half was sloppiness but good effort kind of a thing. Like, we had our runs at different points of the second half. It was a 16-point game coming out of halftime. We cut it to 3, but then Germany got it back up to 14. Then it wasn't close for a while, and then towards the end of the game, obviously the second unit made their own run. But the thing that stopped us from being able to actually win this game is just the sloppy moments. Like, I think we clearly showed that we have better talent than Germany, but they're a much better team because I think they have cohesion right now. They function better as a team. Maybe saying they're a much better team is like a stretch. It definitely is. They're not a much better team, but they're a better team because they don't do as much like silly stuff as we do. Like, their mistakes more come from a lack of talent, I think, as opposed to just like a lack of cohesion and know-how and what to do as a team, which is what I think the Raptors struggled. Oh, I keep doing this. Not the Raptors, which is what Canada struggled with. So I'm not concerned in the way of like that's going to get ironed out. Again, this is a group of players that, as the entire group is playing together for the first time, this is a group of players that's playing with this coach who's only been here for like a month now. You can probably count on two hands the amount of practices they've had together. So I'm not particularly stressed about them not looking good in certain stretches. I know that we have talent. I know that at some point we will be good, but we weren't today, and that's fine. It's the first friendly. There's four more to go. Make sure you guys check that stuff out on the channel later. Yeah, this weekend I think there's two streams. We'll be doing that for sure. Both games. So tap in. I think you'll probably see this team get better as they get more and more minutes together. Um, as for individual moments, I really liked RJ Barrett in terms of how he fit into his role on this team. I don't think SGA had a great game from what I saw in the second half, but I'm not concerned with that either. That'll happen. Obviously, he deserves to be our number one option, our main initiator, that type of stuff. It just didn't work for him today, and that's fine. RJ looked good as a defender. He had a lot of main defensive assignments. He was picking up point guards from half court. That was good to see. His frame and his size, it's really good when he's matched up with some of these perimeter players. I don't know if Germany, as far as the international game goes, I don't know if they're a particularly small team, but I think they're just about standard. And he had a size mismatch at a lot of different points, which benefited him offensively and defensively. In an international game that's less about making deep threes, he's a pretty effective player. I really like how he looked. Dylan Brooks, I don't think he was overly aggressive in looking for his shot, which is just the main concern to have with Dylan Brooks, that he's going to just chuck aggressively out of nowhere, and he didn't. So that was good to see. Um, I think I only think he took one or two shots in the second half, right? So that was fine. You know what you're going to get from him. He's going to be a competitive player defensively. He's going to do his job on the other side of the court. He's going to make his shots if he takes them responsibly offensively, which is what he did. So happy with Dylan Brooks, happy with Olynyk. I think he has his craftiness is good for this kind of a game. I didn't notice Dwight Powell too much. Kyle Alexander off the bench looked good as a bench big. I didn't see a whole lot from the scrubs, but I think shot making is what you expect from them, and they didn't have a whole lot of chances to make to even get looks, but out of the looks that they got, they didn't make them. Nickeil Alexander-Walker looked good towards the end of the game. He was shot making like haven't really seen him shot make before. That was cool. Who else? Who else can I give thoughts on? Oh, Lou Dort. Lou Dort, again, he did more than I thought he would. You know what you're getting from Lou Dort defensively. He hunted his shot more aggressively than I thought he would. I guess maybe being on the court with the scrubs and Kyle Alexander, he saw himself as the second option. But that wasn't even that catastrophically bad. Like, it's not like he was pressing it and just bricking deep shots. He made a few threes, I think. He was getting fouled. Lou Dort looked good. So all things considered, I just think like you have to just give the team time to gel as a team, to build cohesion as a unit, to get used to the coach, for the coach to get a feel for the players. These are all things that can only come with time. You can't just magically have these things appear out of nowhere. We could be getting Jamal Murray at some point to show up on this team. So onwards and upwards, I think there's only good things to look forward to from this point onwards. I was really happy to see that second half. I'm glad I missed the first half, but like I said, people, we will be doing full watch alongs for the entire games, for all the games this summer for Canada. So make sure you guys tap in for all of them. Like I said earlier, if you like the content, you enjoy the content, support the content. It helps it grow, helps you get more content. So like, share, subscribe. I'm going to check out right now. It was real. It was awesome to chat with people that were active in the chat. If you're here and you're going to be tuning in going forward, don't be shy. Get involved in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, get your comments in there as well. They're just appreciated. They're just as valued, and they help me the same way. So I'll see you guys around. Peace.